Now in this lecture we will discuss Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton is a school teacher and he is aware of the following laws, that is law of mass conservation, that is till this time he was having data on law of mass conservation. He was also having data on law of definite proportion. He was also knowing law of multiple proportion. So by knowing all this observation, so he was knowing this observation, he tried to make a theory. Important point, these all observation, that is mass conservation, definite proportion, multiple proportion, this observation is a macroscopic observation. So this observation is macroscopic. So from this macroscopic observation, he tried to derive a theory at microscopic level, that is a atomic level. So his theory is at microscopic level. So microscopic theory, that is theory at atomic level. So Dalton's theory is the first theory at atomic level. So Dalton's theory is a theory at atomic level. Now let us discuss four different postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. So first is, so what the first thing the Dalton said? The Dalton said all matters is made up of atom. So any matter, if you take any chunk of iron or you chunk of copper, all this basically made up of tiny atoms. So this is made up of tiny atoms. So whatever matter you take, all matter is made up of atoms. Another important point, atoms are indivisible. That is, we cannot divide atom. It is not like if I have a atom and I can divide atom and I can make half of it atom. So half atom is not possible. So division is not possible. Indestructible. This means atom cannot be destroyed. Atom can't be destroyed. And this gives you the balancing, this gives you the idea of balancing chemical equation. So when you balance a chemical equation H2 plus O2, H2O, what you do? You see the total number of hydrogen atom is same as total number of hydrogen atom this side, and you multiply by half and then you say total number of oxygen this side is same as total number of oxygen this side. So balancing chemical equation is based on the fact that total number of atom right side is equals to total atom left side. So total number of atom reactant side should be same as total number of atom product side. And this is possible only if you have any atom that should be conserved. If atom is not conserved, we cannot apply. So this is the first principle, is also called principle. So Dalton's first theory or first postulate is also called principle of atom conservation. So this is also called principle of atom conservation. That is, atom cannot be destroyed or atom cannot be created. Atom cannot be created, can't be created or destroyed. And this law basically directly followed from law of mass conservation. If you see, the total mass this side is equals to total mass this side, this is possible only if there should be total number of atom is total number of atom this side. If there any atom is missing from reactant side, then what will happen? you will have a loss of mass in product side. So we can say this assumption, this postulate, the postulate number 1 is directly followed from law of mass conservation. Now let us discuss the next postulate. Next postulate says all atoms of a given element are identical in mass and properties. So if you have iron, so piece of iron, it will contains a large number of atom. So this is a piece of iron and contains a large number of atom. And this postulate all atoms are identical. So all atom has identical. It is mass wise as well as chemical properties wise. So if you see the shape of one atom is this, then shape of another atom has to be something like this. It is not like this. That is, all atoms are identical in nature, in terms of shape, in terms of size, in terms of mass, in terms of chemical properties. So physical as well as chemical properties. So it is also same in terms of physical properties. That is, all atom will behave similarly. So atom of element is identical and physical property as well as chemical property. So this is the second assumption of Dalton's. Now let us discuss the next assumption. What this third assumption says, atom of one element cannot be converted into atoms of another element. That is, if you have atom of a iron, so you have a iron atom, let us say you have a iron atom, it cannot be converted into copper atom. So if you have a iron atom, you cannot convert by atom of copper by any means, by any method. Initially alchemists were thinking, so alchemists, these are the people, a group of people, they were thinking atom of one metal can be converted into atom of another metal. That is, if you have iron, they can convert into gold. What was the logic? Logic was, he was saying, atom wants to be perfect. Atom wants to be perfect. Like human being. This is similarly like human being. Human being wants to be perfect, and the perfect metal is gold. And the perfect, so example of perfect metal is the gold. This means every metal in long run wants to be gold. That is, if I have a atom of any metal, in long run it wants to be atom of gold atom. That is, if you see alchemical belief, atom of one element can be changed into atom of another element. So alchemists were believing, chemists were thinking that atom of one element can be changed into atom of another element. But basically Dalton's rejected this idea. So Dalton rejected this idea. Now what is the next postulate? Next postulate says compounds are formed by a combination of two or more different kind of atoms. So this means I have atom of type A, and if I have atom of different type B, and then they mix and they can form compound. So this is compound AB. Another important point in case of compound, we must have a chemical joining, that is chemical bond. So chemical joining should be there. So these two atoms should be chemically attracted. Atoms should be chemically attracted. So this is option number basically 4, should be chemically attracted. Now next option we have, so this is compounds are found by combination of two or more element, different kind of elements. So at least two. You can have a three, like in this case you have H2O, that is two kind of element. You can have C6H5OH. In this case again you have three kind of set, carbon, hydrogen as well as oxygen. So many kind of atom are involved in this case. So compound is found by combination of two or more kind of atom. Now this last postulate says a chemical reaction is a rearrangement of atom. So whenever you have a chemical reaction, let us say you have H2O2, let us say C6H5OH, or you can have C6H12 C6H12O6. If I do combustion, this gives you CO2 plus H2O. Now in this case you see oxygen, this side is attached to carbon and hydrogen, but this side oxygen is generally attached, only attached to the carbon. Now hydrogen, this side attached to the carbon, but this side hydrogen is attached to the oxygen. So you see in chemical reaction what is happening? Rearrangement of atom. So you have all atom here together, but now after reaction some atoms are here and some atoms are here. So you see this is chemical reaction is rearrangement of atoms. Dalton's atomic theory in the today world is not 100% correct. First is atoms of all elements are identical. That is not correct. We have case of isotopes. So if you see atom of element carbon, so you take element carbon, all atoms are not identical. Some atoms has 6 neutron, that is 6 neutron, 6 proton, that is carbon 12. Some atom has C13, that is this is 6 neutron plus 7 proton, and some carbon atom is C14, that is 6 neutron and 8 proton. That is atoms are alike is not true. So basically Dalton's assumption that atoms, all atoms of an element is alike is not true in modern sense, is not true in modern sense. Now next point is basically atom can be destroyed. So we know nuclear reactions. In nuclear reactions atom can be destroyed. Atom can be destroyed. And this gives you basically a large number of energy, E is equals to mc square. So if you destroy mass, that is basically atom, you will create large amount of energy. That is the assumption of Dalton, that is atom is cannot be destroyed. Atom conservation is not true for nuclear reaction. So atom assumption of atom conservation assumption is not 100% valid, is not 100% valid in modern sense. Now we finish this lecture with a picture of Dalton. So this is the Dalton. So giving thanks to the Dalton, a lot of thanks to have a modern chemistry. So he is the father of modern chemistry, giving thanks to Dalton. for the first theory in the chemistry, or you can say for modern chemistry. So for opening the gate of chemistry, modern chemistry. So a lot of thanks goes to the Dalton.